The rain-slicked bench in Central Park glistened under the sodium lamps as Richard Harlan, the tech mogul worth billions, jogged past, his breath fogging in the crisp autumn night. There she was, a huddled figure soaked and shivering, her hoodie pulled tight over a face he hadn't seen in months. His heart stopped cold. It was his daughter, Kaya, the girl he'd driven away with his unyielding pride. Richard Harlan froze mid-stride, his expensive running shoes skidding on the wet path. The world narrowed to that bench, to the slight rise and fall of the sleeping girl's chest. He approached slowly, as if any sudden movement might shatter the illusion. Up close, the truth hit him like a freight train. The freckles across her nose, the way her dark hair curled just like her mother's. God, it was Kaya. His Kaya, the daughter he'd lost to his own stubborn heart. He knelt down, his knees protesting against the cold ground. Kaya? Sweetheart. His voice cracked, a whisper lost in the wind rustling through the oak leaves overhead. She stirred, her eyes fluttering open, and for a split second, there was recognition, then fear. She bolted upright, scrambling back like a cornered animal. Dad? What the hell are you doing here? Richard's mind reeled. How had it come to this? Just 6 months ago. Their life in the sprawling Manhattan penthouse had seemed perfect. Kaya was the golden child. Top of her class at Dalton, captain of the debate team, destined for Ivy League glory. But then came the confession that shattered everything. Over dinner one evening, with the city skyline twinkling beyond the floor-to-ceiling windows, Kaya had taken a deep breath and said, "Dad, I'm gay. I have a girlfriend. Her name is Jamie." He'd laughed at first, thinking it was a joke. Then anger bubbled up. How could she throw away her future on some teenage fling? "This is just a phase," he'd barked, slamming his fist on the mahogany table. "You're too young to know what you want. And a girl? Kaya, think about what people will say. Our family name." She'd stormed out that night, tears streaming, vowing never to return. Richard had convinced himself she'd come crawling back, that the streets of New York would teach her a lesson. But here she was, homeless, vulnerable, and the guilt crashed over him like a tidal wave. "Kaya, please," he pleaded now, reaching out. "Come home. We can fix this." She hugged her knees, her voice bitter. "Fix what? You made it clear. I'm not welcome unless I pretend to be someone I'm not." As the first hints of dawn crept over the park's treetops, Richard sat beside her, the silence heavy. He learned fragments of her story. How she'd crashed with friends at first, then ended up on the streets when money ran out. And Jamie? She was out there too. Somewhere in this unforgiving city, the two of them clinging to each other against the odds. Back in his limo that morning, Richard stared out at the blurring skyscrapers, his empire suddenly feeling hollow. He had built Harlan Tech from a garage startup into a Silicon Valley giant, relocated to New York for the finance pulse, but what good was all that power if he'd lost his only child? He dialed his assistant. "Find out everything about a girl named Jamie. Last name unknown. Connected to my daughter." Meanwhile, across town in a dingy Brooklyn walk-up, Kaya slipped through the door, her heart pounding. Jamie was there, stirring oatmeal on a hot plate, her blonde hair tied back, eyes lighting up at the sight of her. "Babe, you're soaked. What happened?" Kaya collapsed into her arms, the warmth chasing away the chill. "My dad found me. In the park." Jamie's face hardened. She was from the other side of the tracks, raised in a Queens foster home. Tough as nails but with a softness reserved only for Kaya. "Did he try to drag you back?" "No, but he will. He always gets what he wants." Their love had blossomed in secret during senior year. Stolen kisses in the school library, late-night texts about dreams of escaping to California. Jamie wanted to be an artist. Kaya dreamed of writing novels that changed the world. Together they were unbreakable, or so they thought. As days turned to weeks, Richard's investigators pieced together Jamie's life. She was 19, no family to speak of, working odd jobs to survive. But there was more, a juvie record for petty theft, a history of running away. Richard saw opportunity. If he could paint Jamie as a bad influence, maybe Kaya would see reason. He arranged a meeting, luring Kaya to a neutral coffee shop in Midtown with promises of reconciliation. She arrived wary, Jamie by her side for support. The three sat in a booth, tension thick as fog. Kaya, I miss you, Richard began, his voice steady despite the turmoil inside. But this life, it's destroying you. And her. He glanced at Jamie. She's holding you back. Jamie's eyes flashed. With all due respect, Mr. Harlan, your daughter chose me. Not some trust fund life. The argument escalated, old wounds reopening. Kaya defended Jamie fiercely, but doubt flickered in her eyes when Richard revealed the background check. She's got a past, Kaya. Theft, instability. Is this what you want? Tears welled as Kaya stood. You don't get it, Dad. I love her. More than anything. They left, but the seed was planted. That night, in their cramped apartment, Kaya and Jamie argued for the first time. Why didn't you tell me about the juvie stuff? Kaya asked, hurt. It was nothing. A stupid mistake when I was 15. Stealing food because I was starving. Jamie's voice broke. I thought you trusted me. I do. But he's twisting everything. The drama simmered, Richard's influence like a shadow. He cut off Kaya's credit cards, hoping desperation would drive her home. Instead, it fueled their resolve. Jamie picked up extra shifts at a diner. Kaya buskied in the subway with her guitar, their love a beacon in the chaos. Yet cracks appeared. Jamie's ex, a girl named Riley from her foster days, resurfaced, offering help and temptation. Riley was stable now, with a job and an apartment. You deserve better than scraping by, Riley whispered one evening when Kaya was out. Jamie resisted, but the exhaustion weighed heavy. Meanwhile, Richard grappled with his conscience. Late nights in his empty penthouse, he pored over old photos. Kaya as a toddler, her mother smiling beside them. Cancer had taken his wife young, leaving him to raise Kaya alone. Had he failed her? One evening he attended a gala for LGBTQ rights, dragged by a colleague. The speeches hit hard, stories of rejection, resilience. For the first time he saw his actions through Kaya's eyes. Back home he called his lawyer. Set up a trust for Kaya. No strings attached. But fate had other plans. As winter gripped the city, Jamie faced a choice that would test everything. The snow blanketed Central Park like a fresh canvas, but for Kaya and Jamie, it meant frozen fingers and endless worry. They huddled in their Brooklyn nook, a single-room efficiency with peeling wallpaper and a radiator that clanked like a dying engine. Jamie sketched by the window, her pencil capturing the skyline's jagged beauty, while Kaya typed furiously on a borrowed laptop, pouring her soul into a story about forbidden love. I think this could be it, Kaya said, eyes shining. My first novel. About us, two girls against the world. Jamie smiled, leaning over to kiss her forehead. You're brilliant, babe. We'll get out of here soon. California calls, beaches, art galleries, no more hiding. Their bond deepened in those lean months. Mornings started with shared coffee, black and bitter. Dreams whispered over steam. Afternoons they wandered the city, hand in hand through Washington Square. Debating philosophy under the arch evenings brought intimacy. Quiet talks about fears, futures. Kaya shared memories of her mother, the woman who'd taught her to love fiercely. Jamie opened up about foster care horrors, the ache of abandonment. But Richard's shadow loomed. He sent messages through intermediaries, offers of tuition, apartments. Kaya ignored them, but the temptation gnawed. What if we took just a little help? She ventured one night. Jamie shook her head. It comes with chains. He'd separate us. The conflict brewed. Richard, in his glass tower, obsessed over redemption. He hired a PI to tail them, learning of their struggles. Skipped meals, eviction notices. Guilt twisted his gut. At a board meeting he zoned out, flashing back to Kaya's coming out dinner. His words echoed. This isn't you. But was it him? A man molded by old-school values, now cracking under modern truths. He sought therapy at first. I love my daughter, he confessed to the counselor. But accepting this, it feels like losing control. Love isn't control, she replied. It's letting go. Inspired, he planned a gesture. Anonymous donations to LGBTQ shelters, hoping word would reach Kaya. But drama escalated when Riley re-entered the picture. Riley, with her sharp wit and stable life, bumped into Jamie at the diner. You look tired, she said, sliding into a booth. Let me buy you lunch. Jamie hesitated but accepted. Over burgers, Riley reminisced, old laughs, shared pains. I never stopped caring, Riley admitted. Kaya seems great, but is she worth this hardship? Jamie bristled. Yes. She's everything. Yet seeds of doubt sprouted. Back home, Kaya noticed Jamie's distraction. What's wrong? Nothing. Just work. The lie hung heavy. As Christmas neared, the city sparkled with lights, but their world dimmed. Kaya landed a freelance gig writing for a queer blog. Her pieces raw and resonant. One went viral. Loving in the Shadows, a daughter's defiance. Readers flooded comments with support, some even donations. Richard read it anonymously, tears blurring the screen. His daughter's voice strong, unyielding. He reached out via email. I'm proud of you. Please talk to me. Kaya showed Jamie conflicted. Maybe he's changing. Or manipulating. The tension peaked at a holiday party thrown by mutual friends. Snow fell outside the loft as guests mingled. Riley showed up uninvited, cornering Jamie. Come with me. I have a place in L art scene, no drama. Jamie's heart raced. Kaya across the room watched, jealousy flaring. When Jamie didn't pull away immediately, Kaya stormed out into the blizzard. Kaya, wait. Jamie chased her, slipping on ice. They argued on the street, voices echoing off brownstones. Why were you talking to her? Kaya demanded. She offered help. For us. No, for you. Without me. Jamie's silence spoke volumes. Betrayal stung like frostbite. They reconciled that night, bodies entwined for warmth, but trust fractured. Richard, learning of the fight through his PI, saw his opening. He invited Kaya to lunch alone. At a cozy Upper East Side bistro, he laid bare his soul. I was wrong. Your mother would be ashamed of me. I want to support you, both of you. Kaya's eyes softened. Both. Yes. If Jamie makes you happy, she's family. Hope flickered, but skepticism remained. Back with Jamie, Kaya shared the olive branch. Maybe we can build something new. Jamie nodded, but Riley's words echoed. As New Year's approached, Jamie faced a crossroads. A scholarship offer from an LA art school arrived. Courtesy of an anonymous donor. Richard. Or coincidence? She confronted Kaya. Did your dad do this? I don't know. But it's your dream. Jamie packed in secret, torn. The night before leaving, she confessed. I need space. To figure out who I am without all this. Kaya's world shattered. You're leaving me? Not forever. Just. For now. The goodbye was gut-wrenching. Tears on the subway platform, promises whispered. Kaya watched the train pull away, heart in pieces. Alone, she turned to Richard. She's gone. Happy now. He held her as she sobbed, the first real embrace in months. No. But we'll get through this. Together. Winter thawed into spring. Kaya back in the penthouse, but changed. She threw herself into writing, her novel taking shape. Richard attended Pride events, awkward but earnest, learning to be an ally. Jamie thrived in LA, her art blooming but regret gnawed. Letters arrived, apologies, love declarations. Kaya responded cautiously, their connection enduring despite distance. Then came the twist. Riley, in LA too, revealed she'd orchestrated the scholarship with Richard's unwitting help. I thought I was saving her, Riley admitted in a call to Kaya. Betrayal layered upon betrayal. Kaya flew west, confronting Jamie. It was a setup? Jamie, horrified, cut ties with Riley. I love you, Kaya. Only you. They reunited under Hollywood stars, passion reignited. Richard, informed, swallowed his pride. Bring her home, he said. For good. The family reformed, fragile but hopeful. Richard funded Jamie's studies, hosted dinners where laughter replaced arguments. Kaya's novel published to acclaim, a testament to resilience. In the end, love won, not just romantic but familial. Scars remained, but they healed. A tapestry of growth in America's melting pot. Wait, that was too rushed. Let's expand properly. Spring in New York brought renewal, but for Kaya it was a season of rebuilding. Back in the penthouse, she navigated the awkward dance with Richard. Polite conversations over breakfast, tentative hugs. He tried. books on LGBTQ parenting stacked on his nightstand, donations to causes in her name. I'm learning, he'd say, voice earnest. Kaya's novel progressed, chapters infused with her pain. Titled Bench of Broken Dreams, it chronicled a fictionalized version of their saga. Agents circled, sensing a hit. Jamie in LA, immersed in classes at CalArts. Her sketches evolved, vibrant portraits of Kaya, sunsets over the Pacific echoing their lost intimacy. Letters flew. Miss your laugh, Jamie wrote. The city feels empty without you. Kaya replied. Come back. We can make it work. But distance bred doubt. Jamie partied with new friends, Riley lurking like a ghost. One night under neon lights Riley kissed her. Jamie pulled away, guilt flooding. I can't, she said. Kaya is my heart. She confessed in a letter, begging forgiveness. Kaya read it on the penthouse balcony. City hum below. Tears fell. How could you? Richard found her there. Love hurts, kiddo. But it's worth fighting for. Inspired, Kaya booked a flight. Landing in LAX, palms sweating, she surprised Jamie at her dorm. We need to talk. The reunion was electric, hugs turning to talks till dawn. Jamie explained. It was a mistake. Momentary weakness. You're it for me. They spent the weekend exploring Venice beach walks, hand-holding under piers. Love rekindled but reality intruded. Jamie's semester loomed. Kaya's life in New York called. Back east, Richard plotted. He flew Jamie in for a surprise visit, booking a suite. The three dined at Per Se, tension palpable. Jamie, welcome, Richard said, extending a hand. Kaya speaks highly of you. Jamie shook it warily. Thanks. This is fancy. Conversation flowed haltingly, art, tech, dreams. Richard shared stories of his youth, bootstrapping in Silicon Valley. I built an empire, but family? That's the real legacy. By dessert, walls crumbled. I was wrong about you, he admitted to Jamie. You make her happy. That's all that matters. Jamie softened. She makes me better too. The visit extended, Jamie staying a week. They toured museums, picnicked in Central Park, echoes of that fateful bench. But drama stirred when Riley called, desperate. I messed up. Tell Jamie I'm sorry. Kaya hung up, fuming. She's trying to sabotage us. Jamie blocked her, resolute. Yet whispers reached Richard via his network. Riley spreading rumors online, painting Jamie as unstable. The backlash hit. Kaya's blog comments turned toxic. Is your girlfriend a thief? One read. Kaya confronted Richard. Did you leak her past? No. I swear. It was Riley hacking petty revenge. Jamie spiraled, old insecurities resurfacing. Maybe I'm not good enough for your world. Kaya held her. You're my world. They fought back, public statements, legal threats. Richard's lawyers shut Riley down. As summer heated, the trio bonded. Richard hosted a barbecue at his Hamptons estate, friends mingling. Laughter echoed over waves, a far cry from park benches. But high came the fall. Jamie's art show in New York, her pieces lauded. A gallery owner offered representation, but in LA. Stay, Kaya pleaded. I can't abandon my path. Heartache renewed. They parted amicably, promising visits. Kaya threw herself into edits, her novel's climax mirroring life, betrayal, forgiveness. Richard watched, helpless. Love isn't easy, he mused. Then twist. Jamie's flight delayed, she returned. I choose us. Reunion joyous, but Richard's health faltered, stress-induced heart scare. Hospital bedside, Kaya and Jamie held vigil. Dad, don't leave me, Kaya whispered. He squeezed her hand. I'm proud of you both. Recovery brought clarity. Richard retired partially, focusing on philanthropy, LGBTQ youth centers. Kaya's book launched, dedication. To Dad and Jamie, my anchors. Sales soared, reviews praising its humanity. Yet shadows lingered. An old business rival, envious, dug dirt, fabricating scandals about Jamie's past. Media frenzy. Billionaire's daughter in lesbian drama. They weathered it, united. In a press conference, Richard defended. My family is my pride. Love is love. The storm passed, bonds stronger. Autumn leaves swirled like confetti as Kaya's book tour kicked off. Bench of Broken Dreams hit bestseller lists, its raw portrayal of queer love and family rift resonating nationwide. Interviews flooded CNN, NPR. Kaya eloquent, Jamie by her side as moral support. Dad's journey is the heart, Kaya told Oprah in a tape segment. From rejection to ally. Richard beamed from the audience, clapping loudest. But success bred envy. His rival Victor Kane, a cutthroat competitor from Harlan Tech's early days, saw vulnerability. Kane leaked doctored emails suggesting Richard had paid Jamie to corrupt Kaya. Absurd, but tabloids lapped it up. Headlines screamed, "Billionaire buys daughter's affection?" Kaya raged, "It's lies." Richard sued but damage done. Stock dipped, board pressured. Worse, Jamie questioned, "Is there truth? Did you orchestrate my scholarship?" "No," Richard insisted. "That was genuine." Investigation revealed Kane's hand, and Riley's involvement paid to stir pot. Betrayal peaked. Jamie, feeling used, packed for Ella. "I need time," Kaya begged. "Don't let them win." Airport farewell tour souls. "I'll wait," Kaya said. Alone, Kaya confronted Kane at a gala. "Why? Your father's empire crushed mine. Payback." Richard, hearing, cut ties with mutual associates. Family first. Months dragged. Kaya wrote sequels channeling pain. Richard volunteered at shelters, meeting youth like Jamie. Stories mirroring his daughters. One crisp day, Jamie returned unannounced. "I was wrong. We're stronger together." Reconciliation passionate. Dinners, walks, plans. But climax loomed. Kane's full assault. He funded anti-LGBTQ ads, targeting Harlan's philanthropy. Protests erupted outside offices. Richard stood firm, addressing crowds. Hate won't win. Kaya and Jamie joined, signs high. Love wins. Violence flared. A brick through penthouse window. Fear gripped. In hiding at Hamptons, they bonded deeper. Richard shared regrets. "I pushed you away. Forgive me." "Forgiven," Kaya said. Jamie added, "You're family now." Kane's empire crumbled under scrutiny, fraud exposed. Justice served. Peace settled. Kaya proposed to Jamie under park stars. Same bench, now plaque marked for inspiration. "Yes," Jamie whispered. Wedding intimate. Central Park. Richard walking both down aisle. Vows exchanged, tears flowed. The wedding bells echoed through Central Park. Cherry blossoms petals dancing like confetti on the breeze. Kaya and Jamie stood before a small gathering, friends, allies, Richard beaming in the front row. "I do," Kaya said, voice steady, eyes locked on Jamie's. "Forever." Richard clapped, his heart full. The reception at the boathouse was joyous. Speeches toasting resilience. Cake cutting amid laughter. He pulled Kaya aside. "Your mother would be so proud." "Thanks, Dad. For everything." As newlyweds honeymooned in California, Richard reflected. His empire thrived under new leadership. His focus shifted to legacy. Foundations for queer youth, scholarships in Kaya's name. Years passed. Kaya's series became a franchise, movies, spin-offs. Jamie's art graced galleries, her portraits capturing love's nuances. They adopted a girl named Hope, raising her with openness. Challenges came. Societal shifts, personal doubts. But they faced them united. Richard, in twilight years, wrote memoirs. From Bench to Bridge, a father's redemption. At his passing, peacefully in sleep, Kaya and Jamie mourned, but celebrated his growth. The story ended not in tragedy but humanity. Love's power to heal divides. In America's diverse tapestry. Legacy endured. Parkside shelters, stories inspiring generations. In the end, a bench once symbolizing loss became a monument to found family.